If you are an international student planning to move to China in 2023, I am certain that you might have a question like, is it worth it coming to China to study in 2023? The answer is yes, it's still worth it. Here's why. Well, as someone who has studied in China for 4 years, I did my bachelor's here and I stayed here all through COVID and post-COVID. So I've experienced all kinds of China. So if there's anyone to answer you that question, it should be me and people like me. If I'm gonna answer you honestly, unbiased, and rationally, the answer is yes, it's still worth it. First of all, I know that a lot of people will have their opinions about coming to China to study, but probably because of emotions. However, I have put together the reasons why I think studying in China in 2023 is still worth it. The number one reason is it's still affordable. And studying in China has been the most affordable options for international students. Coming to studying in China is very, very affordable. It's much more affordable than other countries like America, Europe, and some other places. Good quality education. You will still get a good quality education in China, whether or not people tell you you're not going to. You are going to get a good quality education, especially when you compare that to the price of the tuitions that you get here. Obviously, some schools are much more expensive and they're overly hyped. However, if you are a student and you really want to study in China, you will study very, very well here in China. There's good quality of education. There's a lot of resources to study with and to get what you want. Good quality of life for cheap. Let's be honest, it might not be as fancy and as fancy as other countries like America, although it is actually very fancy. It actually is. I think China offers the best quality of life when you compare them to every other country on earth right now. You don't have to have so much money, but you will enjoy the life just as much as the richest person. Like, everything is accessible. Everything is accessible. You can get your hands on anything you want for cheap and you're happy. You rarely even notice that you're broke. Like here in China, I've been broke multiple times and sometimes I don't even feel it because I can get anywhere faster and cheaper than I want. I can travel. Traveling is affordable, good quality hotels. There's a lot of cheap things here that are offered in China you cannot get in other places. There's a lot of things you can afford to do in China that you cannot afford to be in other places. So yes, I think this is a valid point when you're considering whether or not China is still worth coming to study in 2023. So yes, you get good quality of life for cheap. As a student, you also get an opportunity for scholarships. There are a lot of schools that can offer you free studies. It just really depends on which university that you apply to, and it also just depends on how or when you apply. It just really depends on the requirements and everything. However, almost 50% of students in China are on scholarship, if not more. Like literally, and the universities just pay for everything for you, and it's very, very good because like when you compare that to other countries that offer you scholarships, they don't offer you that. There's a lot of processes and there are a lot of steps. There's just a lot of unnecessary things that you have to do to get a scholarship. But here it's the opposite. You get great scholarship offers here. The next is recognizable certificates and degrees. So one of my major problems with studying in China was I used to think that the degrees are not recognizable abroad. They're not recognizable anywhere. But that's a lie. I've come to learn that no, it's actually the opposite. It's very much recognizable. There's a lot of universities in like America and Europe that do have branches here. Like you can even do some semesters in China and some semesters abroad. Like if you have a school that have those connections outside of China, you can get you can do everything and still come out on top. The certificates are recognized anywhere and you can work anywhere in the world and it's much more valid. So you get recognizable certificates. Good internships. Although this depends on your school, it also depends on your language skills, and it also depends on the demand of the industry that you're studying in, and also depends on the requirements of the companies. But you do get measurable amount of good internships. Like they don't just hand it over to you. You have to obviously work hard for it, but you do get good internships around here, and I think that's fair compared to how much money you're paying, how much good quality education that they're offering you, how much good life that China is giving you, the peace of mind and rest that you're going to get from here. I think these are pretty much valid points, and I think that it should definitely not be argued. It might not be to your certain taste, which then, if you look at that into that, it's actually then up to you. Nobody forced you to come here. But if you're going to come here, you are assured to get all of these things. I know this because I got them, right? So I know that you will get them. It just all depends on who you are and how hard you work and what you're willing to do and how far you're willing to go with your studies. However, you get good quality education. There's a lot of things that are accessible and affordable to you here in China. You also get good quality scholarships. You also get affordable universities and good teaching and everything. So guys, these are my points, and if these things work for you, then definitely coming to China in 2023 is still worth it for you, and you should know that you're making the right decision. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it and I hope you found it very useful. I'm gonna see you guys next time. Okay, bye bye.